Mastermind family, welcome back to the show. I am your host JoJo, and today is Artist Motivation, where we bring you all the hottest and latest artists that are coming onto the show and providing you some motivation, hope, so that you can inspire, create, and do great things. And we have a very special guest for the day. We have AJ Hooks. And before we get the show started, we got to do the sound of call for the day, right? Mastermind family in the building. And so today we're just gonna provide you some motivation. And AJ Hooks, man, just tell yourself to the people and who you are and what you're about, man.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. So yeah, like you already introduced me. My name's AJ Hooks. I'm actually a screenwriter. I write my own scripts and all that for stories, things like that. I'm also an artist. I sell artwork on my website through social media, on my website agzart.com. And currently, right now, I'm working on my own animated series project. I'm also getting it started up on Kickstarter.
Nice, man. Thanks for being on the show, man. We gotta start this off right, man. So, like, how did you get started into this industry, man?
Oh, with artwork? Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh, where do I begin? Like, really, it really started like I've really been doing it for as long as I can remember. Really, like probably as long as I could pick up a pencil, maybe like 2, 3 years old. Like you start with weird like artistic stuff. Grow up, my mom used to say I would like take like little aluminum foil balls and crumble them up into like little weird sculptures.
Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. And then later on, like through high school, I would draw stuff for people in class. And then I guess you said my senior year of high school is when I started doing it more seriously. Like I started like a business out of it.
Dang, man, you were already hitting the ground running, man.
Trying to, yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Like, so I guess like what really inspired you to like I don't know, just like continue I guess what you started like going like and turn it into a business, man.
Let's see, one big inspiration. I would say my older brother Jermaine. Like when I was like a kid or whatever, I would always see him drawing and stuff. Like when I walk into his room, see him like doing like, little caricatures of people.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And one big inspiration of mine was also like just being a kid, seeing all the cartoons on TV. Like, wow, like most people talk about how cool the episode was or something. Meanwhile, I'm like the only kid sitting there, like, but you see how it looked though. I was so focused on the visuals and everything.
got that art eye. You like, man, forget all that. Just look at the way it looks, man. Like that's awesome, man. So like, I guess when you're starting your business, man, like, this obviously is it do you focus more on the business side or do you focus more on like the inspiration side? Like how do you keep that balance, man? Because, at the same time, you want to have some type of profit coming in. You don't want to be a broke
Oh
artist,
yeah,
right?
you're right about that. One thing I tell a lot of people who ask me with artwork, it's like a good 90 to 80% of it is going to be pretty much business and marketing yourself, and really the 20% of it is actually you doing the artwork. As crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, man. I mean, cause like
Mm-hmm.
it's because nobody knows who you are, and you got to promote
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and so you can't spend 90% doing the artwork, and they're like, all right, I've done the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my audience?
Exactly. Let's see. Like there was this one person who I was talking to. I won't give names or anything to keep them anonymous, but
Mm-hmm.
really they had it in their head that like all they had to do was just draw, and then all of a sudden the fans go like, "No, man, you got to get your name out there at the same time. Like you can't just post something on Instagram and then expect people to just see it. Like you got to like get your name out there."
Exactly. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
got to promote. You got to spread it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's just like it's just like an engineer who's like, all right, I got the greatest invention in the world and I've created it. All right, I'm
Exactly.
ready to get paid.
You can have the greatest idea in the world, but if no one's gonna see it, then.
It's worthless,
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy that you say that, man. So like, how did you like, I guess, structure it where it like, I guess it's worked in your favor. Like how did you develop your fan base and how did you promote it effectively where you're like getting noticed and things of that nature?
Oh, it definitely took a lot of work. I remember when I came on to Instagram. Actually, that's where my biggest fan base is. A lot of people don't notice, but like definitely market on Instagram too, because like compared to like Twitter and Facebook, Instagram is way more visual compared to the other two. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So like it focuses more on the actual artwork itself. Then plus with the hashtags, people can come in and all that. But let's see. What would be the best answer for that to explain it properly? Really, once I came on Instagram, like I think I started like I barely had about maybe 20 to 10 followers, maybe the first couple of weeks, but then I did like I pretty much drew like every single day nonstop. I went on to every type of social media page. I would have other major Instagram pages shout out my page. Like one thing you're gonna have to do is probably pay for promotion too. That's one major thing.
Mm-hmm. And
Mm-hmm.
people be like, man, I don't want to pay. You know, it should be. I be like, look, man,
Mm-hmm.
if you think that just you promote on Instagram on these different platforms is going to be
Mm-hmm.
enough. You need to connect with like influencers. You need to give them a little change. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not just going to be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, we like your stuff, we'll promote you for free. I mean, it's got to be a fair exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like some occasions you will get lucky and they'll have it, but a majority of the time you're gonna have to definitely spend some money on that. Like most Instagram pages probably charge probably have to estimate maybe like 1 to 200, but that's like the major ones that are like in the millions on followers.
mm-hmm.
But it's like it goes like if you're really passionate about something that you're doing, you'll gladly spend the money on it.
Yeah, because you're playing the long game. You're not playing the short term
Mm-hmm.
game. I mean, you gotta remember. I mean, your artwork is supposed to be there, and it's supposed to be there for life. To like influence or inspire somebody, whether it be one person or 100 people or 1 million. I mean, you want to
Mm-hmm.
you want to get it out there, right? So, that's crazy that you point that out, and I'm glad you pointed that out. So,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, AJ. Like,
Mm-hmm.
have there been times when you've had like, I guess, a slump or just like, man, like I just don't like, I'm just not feeling it. Like, and if you did, how did you turn that around and how did you get it back into gear? Like, you know what? I'm not even going to go into that slump for too long. I'm going to get myself out of it and continue to do and set my eyes on the prize.
Always. Even when you get like, no matter how far you get in anything, you're still gonna get into those slumps. Let's see. One thing that definitely helps me is like I will pretty much separate myself from the business aspect of it and try to remember why I started drawing in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if you're doing it just for like the profit of it, you pretty much lose sight of pretty much the whole enjoyment of it.
That's right, man. You lose focus of like why you even went on this journey, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I like the journey, man. Like it's the
Exactly.
the fight to like man, just
Mm-hmm.
like get there, and then once you're there, you're like, man, all right, I need to do a little bit of something different where I haven't been in that arena, and then climb up again. I don't know. I just like to climb. Um,
Uh,
so
like
that's
people are so focused on the destination, they don't take time to appreciate the journey they're on.
exactly, and
Mm-hmm.
that's so true, man. So when has there ever been a time where people said your work isn't good and your things is not great, and what did you do to combat that? How did you stand strong mentally and things of that nature, man?
Oh yeah, like pretty much anything you do, you're gonna get people that are negative. Like one thing, definitely don't focus on the negativity. Take constructive criticism, of course, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, those people spreading positivity towards you, those are the ones that matter versus any type of negativity. Also, sometimes you gotta probably build yourself up and know to be your own support system. As long as you know what you're doing is right, pretty much no negativity that comes your way is gonna matter.
That's right, man. You got it, man. Like you're the
Mm-hmm.
doorkeeper of your own mind. Like even if somebody says, "Man, that's awesome," you be like, "That's great." You already know. Like in your mind, you're like, "Look, man, I'm not letting nothing in, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent." I'm just like, I know what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I know my purpose. People say good things, that's great. People say bad things, that's great. I welcome it, But either way, it all feeds into the one funnel, man. Y'all keep talking about my work, and it's just gonna continue to rise. It's gonna get on people's radar and things of that nature, man. So
Mm, exactly.
that's awesome that you say that. So like, who would you say is like your biggest cheerleaders that been in your corner?
Definitely my mom.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad's been also very supportive. Also, every time I post on, like they're like the first ones that'll share with everyone they know.
You need those though. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like I'm not exaggerating, man. Like
mm,
I remember whenever I had like put out my first couple of YouTube videos and it was just like one follower and it was just me. Like my sister would like share it, like
mm.
it. I'm like, man, like you don't even know that still means a lot.
Oh
Looking
yes.
back on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
those are that's gonna be like your critical foundation before you're gonna have like your main fans are gonna be like, "Yo, this is crazy," and they sharing it
Mm,
with their network. You know what I'm saying?
oh
So,
yeah.
but that's crazy, man. So,
Mm,
AJ, so what's I gotta ask this question, man. What's your favorite manga series, man, or your favorite anime series, man? That it's kind of like caught your eye, man.
oh, let's see. Lately, like that's so many. Like classic wise, I probably have to say Inuyasha's up there, and I did love Case Close growing up. But
Ooh,
mm,
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
right now, right now, I'd probably say My Hero Academia is really good.
Damn, right on
Mm,
the money.
oh yeah, as I know it's like all mainstream and all that, but at the same time, I love the aspect. It's pretty much like the best way I could probably describe it is like a combination of Naruto and X Men.
Yeah.
uh,
That's right, man. It's crazy. But I'm not gonna front. I do like Inuyasha, man. Even though it is
oh yeah,
long as heck,
it is
but
so long. It
and
still
then
takes
at
a
the
lot of
and
investment
then
trying to start it now.
and then at the end of it, they're like, I'm like, really? We went through all that for it to end that way? I'm not even gonna spoil it for people who are listening. You just gonna have to
Mm,
watch it.
yeah,
Um,
y'all just go on Hulu or something, check that out.
but that is crazy. So, like, who would you? I guess out of those series, would you say? What was the one that like kind of inspired you, like that, like kind of like influenced your art a little bit, or did you would none of those? I guess.
Let's see, was there one that? Let's see. There's been a few here and there, but like at the same time, I wouldn't say I drew much inspiration from. Let's see. That's a hard question because there's so many.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, so
uh,
many.
I'd probably say I remember all through high school I would draw like I'd be like the one kid in the background drawing a whole bunch of Naruto characters, and everyone's like, "What is that?" So probably Naruto did have some inspiration behind it too. Definitely Dragon Ball Z, of course. But then over time, my own style kind of developed out of that.
Nice, nice.
Right now, I can't even. I don't know if I would say my style is more anime-ish now, but in a sense, it's more like it's like American mixed with anime elements.
Ah, okay. I dig it. I dig it,
Mm.
man. I'm not gonna front, man. Samurai Champloo has like definitely
Oh
like
yes.
definitely influenced me, and so has the Boondocks, man.
Mm.
So I was just like, dang, man, I just like both elements because it just
Oh yeah.
seems like this.
One thing I loved about Samurai Champloo was the fluidity in the animation. Like everything was like
Yeah,
so like I mean, just so fluid in movement.
yes, and I mean,
Mm.
not only that, but you got the soundtrack that is cold, the story
Oh
is cold,
yes.
and I mean, the way they ended it, I'm like, man, what a
Mm.
great way to end it. Because I mean, I've seen series where they've stretched it. I'm like, look, you need to end it. Um,
Oh man.
so no, I'm serious. Like
No, you're right.
I'm like, end it on a good note so that it
Mm.
remains a great. I don't know. That's just how I see it. But
Yeah.
um, tell me what is something you wish somebody had told you that before you started on your path or your journey, man.
Let's see. Something I wish someone would have told me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a hard one because I know like most things I did have to learn pretty much on my own. Like,
Yeah.
mm, I guess one thing is cut out the middleman in a lot of transactions as much as possible.
What you mean? Explain.
Mm. It's like people think that you need like to pay like a certain like of course like I said earlier the promotion like you definitely need that, but at the same time there's certain aspects where you can probably do it on your own and then still get the same results.
That is true. So can you
Mm.
can you like for the family that's listening, could you give like some specific examples so that they know and so
Oh yeah.
they don't fall into those type of traps and things of that nature?
Mm. I like let's see like if someone wanted to make T-shirts for example.
Oh
Right
no,
now I'm
you
currently
didn't.
like if right now I'm currently doing like my own third party thing through that. Like I make the shirts, have them made through that, then I send them out. But at the same time, like I know there's certain websites that like charge like maybe like 3 times as much for the shirts to be made, and you probably only get maybe like 5% of the profits. I say definitely look around first before you settle on the first thing you see and see which gives you the better deal.
Hey, you know what's so crazy is that
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like many ways to go. Like I think like I haven't tried this yet, but places like what is it, Shopify or something like that,
Oh
where
yeah.
you can basically upload the image onto the shirt, they'll ship it, and send it for you, and then basically you just like have to like make up for the difference, with
Yeah.
however much you charge, because they
Mm-hmm.
they charge you for shipping, and then I think they charge you after the first like 14 days of the website, a monthly fee
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But like to me, like if your shirts or if you're just trying to test the waters with your shirt design, that's a good way
Mm-hmm.
to like kind of get a good feel. Like
Yeah, exactly. Like
um
I won't say anything bad about one particular brand or anything. Like I would say like if someone's using like Rage On or something, I tried using Rage On once, but then I stayed away from it after the fact because I remember like they charged like $50 for one basic shirt for somebody. Then the guy never even got the shirt that he had ordered. And like they charged way more than I like. I didn't even find out after fact until he had ordered it. Like after shipping came to around like $45 or something. I was like, oh my goodness, and it looks bad on me because like I had no idea they were gonna do that.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's always like the tricky part because like at the same time you're like, okay, I'm just not
Mm-hmm.
getting started. I don't need to be hit with like a monthly fee, and yet I don't need somebody charging at the wazoo, scaring my customers away.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be nice to have like something kind of incorporated where you can post the design on of the shirt and like ship it out, whether you're working with that manufacturer or not, and like they'll just
Mm-hmm.
get like some type of like percentage or something like that, and that'll be it,
Yeah.
man. But nowadays they make it too complicated where they're like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I need
You're right
40,
about
I need
that.
45%. I'm like, dang,
Like, well,
45%.
45.
Like, man, I might as well not even sell. So, but that's crazy you say that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I had another question for you, like just like personally, like where
Okay.
where where has like your art, where has your art taken you that you didn't think you would ever be at?
Let's see. Like, I know that it's weird because like once you're in it, like everyone always sees the stuff that goes on outside. It's like, well, you're doing a lot, but it's like when you're actually doing it at the same, it's like, wow, I feel like I'd be doing more because like how you have to push yourself mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
like so it's like really hard to like try to figure out what I had like the accomplishments at the same time because I know like I'm still going personally.
Yeah.
Like I know like yeah. I know, like I have content, like getting in contact with a lot of like singers and stuff, doing like commission work for people. That's been really fun. I know there's a singer in the UK I actually did artwork for, Tashawn, I believe her name is.
Oh,
Like
nice.
for her album, yeah, for her album covers. And I also did like a visual like music video thing or whatever it was.
Nice.
It's like hard to, yeah, that was really fun.
What?
And then it's where like, wow, I have people that look at my work in the UK. That's weird.
That's still cool though.
It's like weird because I never think of things like that. Then people message like, AJ, how did you get to this level? Like, what do you mean?
Like I've always been there. No, I'm just kidding. But
Uh,
that's pretty cool though, don't you think? I mean, like,
mm,
yeah, people reaching out to you, and
yeah.
so that's cool though. So like, okay, tell us,
Yeah.
what should we be expecting, and what's coming in the pipeline in the future, man, for some of your works, man? Like, what's coming in?
Oh yes. Right now, I'm currently working on my own animated series. It's kind of like anime. It's heavily anime themed, I guess you could say. It's
Mm-hmm.
called Rebirth: Broken Memory.
Okay.
Right now, I'm launching the Kickstarter. Actually, the Kickstarter's been up for about a few days now on the Kickstarter page.
Okay. Okay.
Kickstarter campaign that's going, and things are going pretty well with that so far.
Very nice. Very nice. What else? What else is going on?
Let's see that more artwork for sure.
Of
uh,
course.
let's see more artwork, of course, more T-shirt designs, things like that. mm.
That's awesome.
I'm also planning on doing some collaborations with other artists. I had a few reach out.
Really?
Mm.
Nice. So you guys gonna like make some type of like series or books or things of that nature, or like
One did contact me about a book. I still need to get things are still pretty much under wraps with that, I guess you could say.
mm-hmm.
But then I know, other artists want me to do like artwork collaborations with, which would be nice. I've never gotten to do that before, surprisingly.
Nice. Look at you, Mr. AJ. Just blowing up, man. That's fantastic though. I guess where tell the people again where they can find that Kickstarter, or just like ways to get to that.
Oh yes, on Kickstarter, the name of the project is just Rebirth Broken Memory Animated Series.
Very good, very
I
good.
wish I would say the link, but the link is so like jumbled up with random letters and numbers.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. It's just we just want to let the people know where they can like go and find it.
Yeah.
Um, man, that was really awesome, man. So like, okay, what are
Mm-hmm.
some words of wisdom you would like to impart on the show for future artists, for artists that are haven't got started, for artists who have got started but they quit, and they just like what words of wisdom would you give to them?
Let's see. One thing I would like to leave off with people on with this is definitely keep going. The thing is, don't listen to the negativity like we touched on earlier. As long as you know for a fact what you're doing is right, none of the negativity matters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's very
Mm.
true. I mean,
Oh yes,
because like if you listen to the negativity, man, you get sucked right in, and then you wind up quitting, um,
exactly.
and you giving up
Mm.
your
And then
own.
even if you quit, it's never too late to jump back in and get started doing it again.
Exactly, because you'd be
Mm.
surprised. I mean, I've had a couple of people on the show. They'd be like, "Man, I walked away, blah blah blah, and now I'm back in it, and
Mm.
it's much harder, but I'm back in it,
Yeah, like even now, like I said, everyone, no matter who you are, you still have slumps. But just know that the slumps are only temporary. It's never too late to get back into it, and then once you're back in, just remember why you love doing it in the first place.
Exactly, man. And that's really good choice of words, man. And so, okay, so we're definitely gonna hold you accountable. So when can we
Mm-hmm.
expect to see that animated series, like at least the first episode? When can we
Let's
expect
see.
that?
I'd say roughly, probably sometime 2019.
2019. All right. And then
Mm-hmm.
when that first comes out, we're gonna have you back on the show, and then we're gonna talk about how it's blowing up, man. Because I already know it's gonna
Awesome.
blow up. So,
I can't
um,
wait to be back. I'm really excited to show everybody what I have with this show coming up too. It's going to be really good.
yeah. Well, AJ, man, we really do appreciate you taking time to talk with our family and just sharing your perspective on your journey and just providing motivation to us. So tell us again, where can the people find more of your artwork or just some of your works or just ways to get in contact with you?
Oh yeah. You can contact me through my Instagram, or pretty much let's see at agz_art,
Mm-hmm.
and then through there is also my email address. If you, that's probably the easiest way to contact me through email. You can also message me on there. I try to respond back to every single person that gets on me on there.
Excellent.
There, my also my own personal website agzart.com. You can go on there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Excellent. Um,
Yes.
awesome. Mastermind family, that is going to do it for the show. We hope you enjoyed the show with AJ Hooks, man. This dude is bringing phenomenal information. This dude is an inspiring artist that's like climbing and setting the tone for a lot of us. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.